Everyone. Today I just wanted to get into Independence Day. I know it's a few days away, but I wanted to kind of have the week dedicated to um, like patriotism and stuff, cultural stuff like that. So today I have a book that's related totally to American history, American culture, stuff like that. And it's just a bunch of like stories into one, like legend type stories. I don't know if they're like myths or, but they're just like short stories. So this one's called Eagle Boy. Long ago, a boy was out walking one day when he found a young eagle had fallen from its nest. He picked that eagle up and brought it home and began to care for it. He made a place for it to stay, and each day he went out and hunted for rabbits and other small game to feed. His mother asked him why he no longer came to work in the fields and help his family. I must hunt for this eagle, the boy said. So it went on for a long time, and the eagle grew large and strong as the boy hunted and fed it. Now it was large enough to fly away if it wished, but it stayed with the boy who had cared for it so well. The boy's brothers criticized him for not doing his part to care for the cornfields, the melon fields, but Eagle Boy did not hear them. He cared only for his bird. Even the boy's father, who was an important man in the village, began to criticize him for not helping. But still the boy did not listen. So it was that the boy's brothers and his older male relatives came together and decided that they must kill the eagle. They decided they would do so when they returned from the fields on the following day. When Eagle Boy came to his bird's cage, he saw that the bird sat there with its head down. He placed a rabbit he had just caught in the cage, but the eagle did not touch it. "What is wrong, my eagle?" said the boy. Then the eagle spoke, even though it had never spoken before. "My friend, I cannot eat because I am filled with sorrow." "Why are you troubled?" said the boy. "It is because of you. You have not done your work in the fields. Instead, you have spent all your time caring for me. Now your brothers and your older male relatives have decided to kill me so that you will again return to your duties. I have stayed here all this time because I love you, but now I must leave. When the sun rises tomorrow, I will fly away and never come back." "My eagle, I do not wish to stay here without you. You must take me with you." "My friend, I cannot take you with me," said the eagle. "You would not be able to find your way through the sky. You would not be able to eat raw food." "My eagle," said the boy, "I cannot live here without you." So he begged the eagle, and at last the great bird agreed. "If you are certain, then you may come with me, but you must do as I say. Come to me at dawn, after the people have gone down to their fields. Bring food to eat on our long journey across the sky. Put the food in the pouches that you can sling over your shoulders. You must also bring 2 strings of bells and tie them to my feet." That night the boy filled pouches with blue corn wafer bread and dried meat and fruits. He made up 2 strings of bells, tying them with strong rawhide. The next morning, after the people had gone down to the fields, he went to the eagle's cage and opened it. The eagle spread its wings high. "Hi, how are you? We have Jonathan here." Now," he said to Eagle Boy, "tie the bells to my feet, and then climb onto my back and hold on to the base of my wings." Eagle Boy climbed on, and the eagle began to fly. It rose higher and higher in slow circles above the town and above the field. The bells on the eagle's feet jingled, and the eagle sang, and the boy sang with it. Hu-li-i-i, hu-li-i-i, pa-shish-ka-wa-a-a. So they sang, and the people in the fields below heard them singing, and they heard the sounds of the bells Eagle Boy had tied to the eagle's feet. They all looked up. They are leaving! They are leaving! Eagle Boy's parents called up to him to return, but he could not hear them. The eagle and the boy rose higher and higher in the sky until they were only a tiny speck, and then they were gone from the sight of the village people. The eagle and the boy flew higher and higher until they came to an opening in the clouds. They passed through and came out into the skyland. They landed there on Turquoise Mountain, where the eagle people lived. Everything was smooth and white and clean as clouds. Here is my home. He took the boy into the city in the sky, and there were eagles all around them. They looked like people, for they took off their wings and their clothing of feathers when they were in their homes. The eagle people made a coat of eagle feathers for the boy and taught him to wear it and to fly. It took him a long time to learn, but soon he was able to circle above the land just like the eagle people, and he was an eagle himself. You may fly anywhere except to the south. Never fly to the Southland. All went well for Eagle Boy in his new life. One day, though, as he flew alone, he wondered what it was that was so terrible about the South. His curiosity grew, and he flew further and further toward the south. Lower and lower he flew, and now he saw a beautiful city below with people dancing around red fires. There is nothing to fear here. Closer and closer he came, drawn by the red fires, until he landed. The people greeted him and drew him into the circle. He danced with them all night. Then, when he grew tired, they gave him a place to sleep. When he woke next morning and looked around, he saw that the fires were gone. The houses no longer seemed bright and beautiful. All around him there was dust, and in the dust there were bones. He looked for his cloak of eagle feathers, wanting to fly away from this city of the dead, but it was nowhere to be found. Then the bones rose up and came together. There were people made of bones all around him. He rose and began to run, and the people made of bones chased him. Just as they were about to catch him, he saw a badger. Hi, yes, we have Riley here. Thank you. Grandson, the badger said, I will save you. Then the badger carried the boy down into his hole, and the bone could not follow. You have been foolish, the badger said. You did not listen to the warnings the eagles gave you. Now that you have been to this land in the south, they will not allow you to live with them anymore. Oh, that's nice. Okay, small content creator we have here. Then the badger moved Eagle Boy the way back to the city of the eagles. It was a long journey, and when the boy reached the eagle city, he stood outside the high white walls. The eagles would not let him enter. You have been to the Southland. You can no longer live with us. At last the eagle the boy had raised took pity on him. He brought the boy an old and ragged feather cloak. With this cloak you may reach the home of your own people, but you can never return to our place in the sky. So the boy took the cloak of tattered feathers. His flight back down to his people was a hard one, and he almost fell many times. When he landed on the earth in his village, the eagles flew down and carried off his feather cloak. From then on, Eagle Boy lived among his people. Though he lifted his eyes and watched whenever eagles soared overhead, he shared in the work in the fields, and his people were glad to have him among them. So, this was just one of many stories in this book, um, and by Joseph Bruchark. Yeah, I think that's what it says. And yeah, I have other books like this. And they all go back to like American mythology or other like um, native plants of North America. Other stuff having to do with like just you know native stuff that's not imported from other countries. So I guess yeah, I guess we can get into a little bit of Little Firefly here. It's a children's version, and it's an Algonquin legend. Among the birches surrounding a great woodland lake, there once lived an Algonquin girl named Little Firefly. She lived in a bark wigwam with her father and two older sisters. For days at a time, their father would hunt. You must teach Little Firefly the skills of a woman, he would say to the older girls each time he left them. But her sisters hated looking after Little Firefly and made her do most of the work. They often pushed her into the fire, leaving her skin puckered with scars. Her hair singed and broke, her eyes red from smoke. Instead of using her name, everyone called her Little Burnt One. One day, Little Firefly was mashing berries when the two older girls came up to the wigwam, arguing. You did not see him, said the eldest. You saw only his paddle and canoe, as I did. I guess his bowstring was deer sinew, and his hunting strap was beaver tail. Indeed, I did see him, claimed the second sister. His bowstring was twisted nettle, and his hunting strap was the neckskin of a snapping turtle. That old woman thought I was too beautiful and might make her find a wigwam of her own. That is why she sent me away. Who sent you away? The two older sisters glanced at each other. The Invisible One and his sister, who live across the lake, if it is any business of yours. Little Firefly knew the Invisible One was a great hunter whose guardian spirit had given him the gift of becoming invisible. He could only be seen by his sister, and one day his bride. Did you truly see him? Asked Little Firefly. Are you to become his wife? Her sister scolded. Why is your meal not ready? Little Burnt One, she demanded, and pushed Little Firefly into the hot coals. Laughing, the two girls left to gossip with the other young women in the village. As usual, Little Firefly said nothing, but bathed her blistered feet and prepared a stew of moose meat and corn. Then she went to sit in a grove of silver birch. The sunlight warmed her face as she softly sang to the tree spirits, asking for strength and wisdom. Her clothing was worn and her feet were bare. If only my mother were alive, she thought, I would bathe in scented water. My dress would be the white rabbit skin, and I would wear soft moccasins decorated with quills and beads. I would braid wampum and flowers into my hair, and I could become the wife of a great hunter, perhaps even the Invisible One himself. Suddenly she realized how long she had been daydreaming and hurried back to the wigwam. The sisters had just finished eating the last of the stew. Where have you been? They asked. In the birch grove, talking to the tree spirits. Did you not leave any for me? Her elder sister snorted. And why should we, little burnt one? If it weren't not for you, we would already have husbands and wigwams. But father will not talk of our marrying until you are old enough to be on your own. I am old enough to take care of myself. I will find a husband, you will see. Then you will have to do some work yourselves. The sisters laughed. Who would want an ugly little burnt one like you? We will return after the dancing tonight. Try to stay out of the fire just this once. This was kind of reminding me of Cinderella, minus the stepmother, of course. Um, but I just wanted to get into some of this, and it's kind of a long book. And there's some history behind it, of course, and you can get into the background of that, which is the Algonquin people. Yeah, so that's for Independence Day, and I hope you get to celebrate American culture.